Vocabulary like household chores, tools, office equipment, etc. often feels dry. There is no built-in narrative or emotional trigger. But research shows even boring content can be learned better if it's embedded in emotionally engaging contexts. So, if the words aren't emotional, you make the situation emotional. Here are three key findings from cognitive and educational neuroscience. Emotions can be borrowed through context. Even if a word is neutral, the context around it can carry emotion, and the brain binds the two together. This research says emotional content enhances learning and memory through both attentional prioritization and deeper encoding. What can we get from this information? We can learn vocabulary in a funny story, personal memory, or ridiculous scenario. This will help the brain connect the word to the emotional weight of the context, even if the word itself is dull. The second theory is called the distinctiveness effect. We remember unusual or weird combinations better than typical ones, even for mundane words. So, distinctiveness, as they say, enhances recall, especially when paired with elaborative encoding. What does it mean for us? We can imagine something like cleaning the windows while hanging from a hot air balloon, or doing laundry in a haunted house. That bizarre pairing creates a distinctive emotional trace that will help us learn the vocabulary. Self-relevance and imagery boost memory. If you visualize yourself doing the task, even in a boring way, memory improves because it activates self-referential processing in the medial prefrontal cortex. This research says that self-relevant information gets privileged access to long-term memory. Like the practical tip from this information can be this one. Use mental stimulations. Close your eyes, imagine folding your own clothes, your own messy kitchen. The more vivid, the more memorable. So how do you emotionally learn boring vocabulary? Here's a framework based on those findings. First, use absurd or emotional scenarios. Make a list of household chores, then build a mini soap opera or disaster film. For example, you spilled coffee on your boss's shirt. Quick, what verbs do you need? Another example, your crush is coming over in 15 minutes. Which 5 chores will you do, and in what order? The second one, gamify with pressure. Use a timer, a challenge, or a silly dare. For example, name 5 kitchen verbs in 10 seconds or post your messiest photo. Act out 3 cleaning verbs and send it to a friend. If they guess wrong, do it again. Add personal emotion. Even if the task is dull, your frustration, stress, or success with it can be real. Make a list of chores you hate most. Rank them. Explain why. Write a short rant in your target language about why ironing is evil. This activates true effective processing, even with neutral vocabulary. And the last one, rehearse in imaginative first person. Don't study the words in isolation. Say,